one under his leadership, His Excellency Simon Ekpa. Anybody that is confusing anyone or telling you there is another, no, there is nothing. There's just one, recognized by His Excellency Simon Ekpa.
Biafra, Merani, Onuzo Biafra, Na Merani, Onuzo Biafra, Merani, Onuzo Biafra.
Welcome, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom across the world. I welcome you once again to this amazing platform where we disseminate information that has to do with the restoration of independent state of Biafra. I appreciate everyone that has connected to this platform. This is Biafra Exodus Hard Talk TV, a platform that stands for the United States of Biafra, under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, and on the supreme command of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And today, under the leadership of Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, the Deputy Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra, COS interim, I welcome all of you to this very platform. Happy New Year to everyone that is watching, wherever you are watching from. We are in a new year. And as we enter the new year, many people are asking questions and they say, what next? Where is the way to go? The way to go is simple. We are pursuing the recognition of the United States of Biafra and the restoration of Biafra fully on the ground. That is the phase where we are today. Every one of us must continue to give our contribution the best way we can. And remember, I urge you to like and share. Share to your neighbors, share to your family, share to everyone to key in and join us on this gospel. Do not be distracted. Regardless what you hear, regardless what you see, regardless the propaganda and blackmail that is flying from right, left, and center, do not get distracted. Be focused, because Biafra have been declared on the 29th of November 2024, and there is no going back. We are pursuing the recognition of Biafra.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you, FAMD, our able Secretary of Finance. Thank you so very much for that wonderful opening speech for this special event. Welcome, Biafrans. Welcome to this special fundraising that we do today for humanitarian purposes, to make the world a better place, to make our people a better people. Thank you so much, Biafrans, as we do this every week to raise the funds we need to rebuild our devastated region, the Biafra nation, as we exit from Nigeria. I thank everyone. I want to use this opportunity to recognize and thank our Prime Minister, His Excellency Simon Ekpa, who is still being questioned by Finland, questioned about his role in what we are doing now, his role as our leader, his role to stop the killings of the Nigeria state, his role of stopping and working to stop the reintegrated terrorists hired by the Nigerian state to continue to kill indigenous Nigerians, Christians, and innocent Biafrans. That is the role our Prime Minister has played. And that is why Finland is questioning him today. Nothing more, nothing less. His role to bring about the full declaration of the independent state of Biafra, which we did in Finland. Today marks the 4-month anniversary of the United States of Biafra, which was declared in Finland on November 29th, 2024. All thanks to our Prime Minister, His Excellency Simon Emma. All thanks to our leader, Onyendu Nnamdi Kanu, for championing the cause to ensure and to state clearly to the world that there is no way the world will be a better place when the Biafra region continues to stay in a state of Nigeria that rehabilitates and reintegrates non-terrorists like Boko Haram, ISWAP, ISIS into the community. Give them AK-47 to chase away the communities, the indigenous communities that are all scattered in different IDP camps in Nigeria today. And now they are coming over to the Biafra territory. And we said, no, we are not going to allow that. Thank you, our Onyendu, for standing strong, for standing tall, and letting the world know the independence of the sovereign state of the United States of Biafra is a task that the people have already decided. Nobody can stop that. It is our right. The right to self-determination is granted. The right to self-defense is granted by the United Nations, by America, by Finland, by all the international human rights organizations. When they put their signatures as a country, as an organization, to maintain the integrity, the right to self-defense, the right to self-determination of other countries, they append their signatures to these documents. That is exactly what we are doing. Everyone here. And 50 million Biafrans that have voted through a self-referendum to exit the enclave called Nigeria. We have done that. 50 million Biafrans voted to exit Nigeria through our self-referendum conducted both online and physically in our homeland, in Biafra land. We have collectively voted to exit Nigeria. That was why we met in Finland between November 29th and December the 2nd. Over 1,500 Biafrans from all over the world, we gathered in Finland to declare our independence from the Nigerian state. As I speak today, the United States of Biafra is a sovereign and independent state. Just as Mark Rubin has said, Honorable Rubin, the previous speaker we watched, has said that any Nigeria security, any Nigerian apparatus today in Biafra land is occupying a foreign state. There are no two ways about it. It is the collective wish of the people who has decided. Remember, Biafra was a nation between 1967 and 1970. And we fought a brutal war with Nigeria. At the end of that war in 1970, it was declared no victor, no vanquish. The reason our fathers and our grandfathers declared no victor, no vanquish was because it was expected that the Nigerian state will stop all the subjugation, all the intimidation, all the terrorism, all the marginalization that led to the war of 1967. They promised to do that. But what happened? Between 1967 and at this moment, nothing has changed. It has even gotten worse. Where Biafran Christians are murdered in their hundreds, in their thousands, buried in mass graves. Christians of indigenous Nigerian origin are murdered in southern Kaduna, in Zamfara state, in Borno state, in Biafra land. All the evidences are there. any international body that says they've not seen those evidences, they are not truthful to themselves and they are not truthful to their countries. We Biafrans cannot continue to live in a country that continues to suppress and subjugate and destroy the lives of our people to the extent that an average Biafran today is begging to live in the Nigerian state. We are facing an existential threat to eliminate all Biafrans. Because of what? We just said, we do not want to cohabit with a country, with a president, with a defense chief, Christopher Musa, who approves the reintegration of non-terrorists into the community. And he thinks that the reintegrated terrorists will change. No country in the world, I'm yet to know any country in the world that reintegrates non-terrorists into their community and gave them power, gives them authority, gives them power to be in the police, in the army, in the security forces. What country does that? I know America does not do that. I believe Finland does not do that.
Wow.
I believe Israel does not do that. We are yet to see the country in the world that does that. That is why Nigeria is a failed state. It was predicted. It's been predicted on so many platforms. And that was why many international, multinational companies inside the Nigeria state have left. Because this failure, nobody can stop that. That is why we, as Biafrans, with our culture, with our ethnicity, with things that are peculiar to our living, peculiar to our people, we've decided to come together to make not just our lives better, but also to bring our people that are scattered all over the world, being the best in whatever profession they lay their hands on. We want to bring them together to our territory, to our land in Biafra, so that those services that we offer outside our motherland, those services we offer outside our shores, being the best doctors, the best nurse practitioners, the best lawyers, the best engineers, the best professionals, the best accountants all over the world, the best pastors, the best priests. We want to bring it to our people so that they can enjoy those services that we offer to other people. Our people have suffered where you have no health care, no standard health care, no education, schools are closed, most times all year round, because our people are scared of the reintegrated terrorists that were brought into the country by the Nigerian state, by Christopher Musa, who is the Nigerian defense chief. He supports this policy to reintegrate non-terrorists into the community, thinking, and he will tell you, just like he said, that the Lakaruwa terrorist group, he thought they were nice people. That was why he reintegrated them into the Nigerian state. Today, the mayhem being caused by this terrorist organization called Lakaruwa is spread across the whole Nigerian state, and they are infiltrating into the Biafra territory. And these are individuals that keep asking America for arms, asking Finland for arms, asking Europe, Britain, Israel for arms. They ask them for arms. And why do they ask for those arms? They tell them they want to use arms to fight terrorists. No, they are not fighting no terrorists. The Nigerian state is the terrorist itself. And any international country, any foreign country today that supports the Nigerian state and try to silence us and try to interfere with our freedom, the person, history will remember that individual and that country. That is why we are doing what we do every weekend, to raise the little resources from Biafra scattered all over the world, to continue to help our people, to continue to build our nation. We have met all the criteria to build our nation. Our Declaration of Independence has been done. We have the power to establish a robust United States of Biafra that the whole world will be envious of. That is what we are doing. So any nation, any government that interferes with that does not mean well for the common man, does not mean well by making the world a better place. Our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, just for the same thing we are doing, was renditioned from Kenya. The Kenyan government collaborated with the Nigerian terrorist state to rendition our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, from Kenya to Nigeria, where he is being held today as we speak. Over 2-3 courts in Nigeria have told the Nigerian state to release Nnamdi Kanu and compensate him because he has not done anything wrong. The Nigerian state, Christopher Musa, the defense chief, refused. President Tinubu had refused to release Nnamdi Kanu. They are still holding him today. Because they think that when they hold our leader Nnamdi Kanu, Biafra will not come. Facilitating the contract they have with some European countries to continue to milk the oil reserves in the Biafra territory, using it to develop their own countries, while our people die in squalor, while our lands are being polluted, while nobody cares. Schools are closed on end because of pollution, because of the devastation the exploration of the oil has done in our land. And we said we cannot continue to live like that anymore. If you are a foreign nation and you want to explore, you want to exploit the resources in Biafra land, you need to pay the right money. You need to pay the right amount. You don't milk our resources by pennies and cents, which you used to build your country, while our people die in abject poverty. No standard hospital, no medical equipment, no railway, no international airport, no seaport, nothing. But you milk the oil in Biafra land to develop your own country. Is that fair? You want to be a part of that kind of system? Where the Nigerian state, all they care is the money you pay them up front to sell the oil in our Biafra territory, for even where our generations unborn are going to be owing to your country, are be owing to the oils that you milk from our land. And you think that is fair? And you think you will stop what we are doing? Finland invited our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa just a week before our declaration. They are questioning him till date, almost 4 months. Finland, you know the story. You got your own independence, right? And you know the reason why you fought for your independence, just like America fought for their independence. There is a reason for that. There is a time for that. Now is the time for the full protection of the United States of Biafra. No individual can stop that. It is not about me. It's not about Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. Neither is it about our leader Nnamdi Kanu. It is about our people that said, No, this is the time to stop all the manipulations, all the destruction, all the exploitation of the Biafra people and the Biafra territory. I use this opportunity to recognize the Biafra Defense Forces. As a country, we have the right to develop our own Biafra military. We are a country. We have to develop our military to confront the terrorist state of Nigeria that come to our land and kill us, maim our people, destroy our businesses, burn our homes and burn our businesses. We must raise our own defense to ensure that we defend our people. We have the right to do that. That is exactly what the United States of Biafra will be doing. On that note, I thank the Biafra Defense Forces, the commanders, both at home and abroad, the 40 state governors of the United States of Biafra and their executives and their people, putting all the structures in place to defend their states and ensure that